Hey friends out there in music land, Rob here with School of Uke. Today we're going over song number 2 for Vlogmas, which will be Frosty the Snowman. And I just picked this song up today, had a quick look through it, and it's a fun song, and it's actually pretty easy, and we're going to have a good time with it. So if you would like to know how to play Frosty the Snowman, if you would like to see how I learn a song, go ahead and stick around. The important part today is that I'm going to bring a different instrument into the fold with us, and that is my Cordoba Mini. I'm going to bring it into the fold because it's tuned to the key of A, just like your ukulele, and I think it sounds beautifully. Enough with that. One other thing I want to share with you before we go is my Christmas mug. I use this mug at Christmas time only, and I'm drinking coffee in it now, but it will be eggnog and whiskey later. The only time of year that I really drink whiskey or anything is Christmas time, and I drink it in my eggnog, and it's because my dad really enjoyed eggnog with a little bit of whiskey, and I always thought whiskey tasted terrible, or at least the eggnog did. I didn't mind the whiskey so much. I'm more of a rum guy if I'm going to drink a liquor, but yeah, ever since his passing a few years ago, this has been something that I've done in Christmas time because it kind of helps me feel a little closer. But this is coffee, so no worry, guys. We're not driving anywhere tonight. This is just coffee. Let's talk about the chords we're going to need to play this. And once again, I'm going to play the full chord for this instrument, which is the same as the chord for your ukulele, just your ukulele doesn't have 6 strings, it has 2. So we're going to play our C. Of course, on our ukulele, our C would look like this. And no worries, I'll put both of those. Actually, I won't put both. I'll just put the C tuning ukulele chord chart up there. So we've got our C. We're going to have our F. Don't forget that on your ukulele, your F looks like this right here, okay, because you've only got 4 strings. We're going to have our G7, which is right here. That's the same for both your uk and everything else. Remember, just take these strings away, and there's your happy little G7. And you can hear my cat in the background. Stupid cat. Okay, we're going to have an E minor. Now, you're going to say this doesn't look like an E minor, but that's only because we're adding these 2 strings right here for this guitar, and our E minor is actually right here on the ukulele. But we could also play this as an E minor on the uk, which is exactly what we're doing. So remember that the ukulele with 4 strings has many different variations of chords. Cool. So let's get to it. Our intro and our outro are going to be the exact same, and it's our C to G7. Back to C. That's our complete intro, and each one of those transitions is 3 measures. So when we start off, it's thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty. That was 3 measures, and then we switch to the G7, go, thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills, and that was 3 measures after the go, so a total of 4 measures, and we jump back up to C, go. So when we play it all the way through, 1, 2, ready, go. Thumpity thump thump, a thumpity thump thump, a look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, a thumpity thump thump, over the hills and snow. Okay, so a total of 8 measures for our intro, and that's exactly the same as our outro, so we've already got 1/3 of the song done. Let's talk about our strum pattern for that, and this will pretty much stay the same throughout the entirety of the song, but how cool is it? It's down, down, tap, 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 down, down, tap. Now, with our intro, that's the most important, to have our intro and our outro meet up, because for everything else in the song, we could just play whole notes, or we could play down, down, up, down, up. We're going to get into that. Some of those are kind of tougher strumming patterns, but the nice part about our intro and our outro, with this thumpity thump thump, a thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go, that syncopates with what we're singing, and it gives us this little bumpy, bouncy kind of rhythm that's really nice. So make sure we've got that. And remember, that was on our C. All we're doing is going C to G7 to C. That's it. Okay. And let's continue. We're going to move into our verse. Frosty the Snowman was a happy, jolly soul. Okay, so on this one, we're going to go with Frosty the Snowman was a happy, jolly soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Okay, now let's look at that. Notice here I'm just plucking for a total of 4 beats for 1 chord per measure. So I'm going to slow that down a little bit just for you. So we're going to start off with C. So it's Frosty the Snowman. And my voice, I chose to go Frosty the Snowman instead of Frosty the Snowman. I don't have that range, so I just took it an octave lower. That's why it sounded a little different than what you might be listening to. But that's the great part about music. This will be your song once you're done with it, and you're going to sing it for your friends and your family. They're going to love it however you sing it. So just make sure you sing it in a way that's comfortable for you. So, Frosty the Snowman was a happy, jolly soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. So let's look at that. We're 1, 2, 3, 4. The snowman, 2, 3, 4 was a happy 2, 3, 4 soul, 2, 3 with a corncob pipe and a 2, 3, 4. And 2 eyes, 2 out, 2 snow, 2, 3. So what I was doing there was counting the rhythm. So our first Frosty the Snowman, that's a total of 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 was F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, G7, 2, C, 2, 3, 4. How do you like that? It's real simple. Okay, and now that takes us to our bridge. Now our bridge is cool because we're going to go, I think we're starting off on our F with our bridge. Yeah, the bridge. So this is where the music gets some really interesting interpretation because it changes up what our ears expect to hear. It's really cool. So there must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. 'Cause when they put it on his head, he began to dance around. Something like that. Okay, so let's look and see what it was. I was trying to remember. Yeah, that's exactly it. So we're going to F, E minor, D minor, C. So there must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. Let's take that first line again. F, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D minor, 2, 3, 4, C. One more time. F, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D minor, 2, 3, 4, C. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. Now we're kind of moving up from F to G. Our voice is going to slide up a little bit. For when they put it on his head, he began to dance around. And that's G, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, D minor, 2, 3, 4, G. Yeah. But when they put it on his head, he began to dance around. Okay? So I like that. And we can try that again. So, for when they put it on his head, he began to dance around. For when they put it on his head, he began to dance around. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they put it on his head, he began to dance around. I'm kind of syncopating that a little early there, but you get the picture. That's not so bad. So now that we've been through all of this together, we know that our intro and our outro are the same. All of our verses are the same, and our bridge is the same. Let's put together the first half of it, shall we? Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. A thumpity thump thump, a thumpity thump thump over the fields of snow. Frosty the Snowman was a happy, jolly soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of snow. Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old steel hat they found, for when they put it on his head, he began to dance around. Guys, I'm Rob with School of Uke. I hope that you found this happy strumming, and I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. What would you like to hear next? We'll see if we can't catch you on the strum side. Take it easy, my friends. Merry Christmas.